Hello guys, welcome back for another video. I kind of wanted to sit down today and do a financial journey part 2 video. So this is more of a how to move out of your parents' home with these resources, these tips, and things that I know I needed to hear, like the tough love that I truly needed to really help me further my career. I want this video to be strictly for anybody who is struggling with taking the next step in their life, whether it's with an entrepreneurial venture or YouTube, or anything that you want to do that's a little bit different and unconventional that has nothing to do with education. It is really difficult to start from ground zero when you are building a business, a brand, or any type of venture that's different than just like a regular educational route. And it actually takes a lot of willpower, a lot of self-awareness, and a lot of just knowing exactly what you need to do. And I definitely think I could have benefited from these tips in the past had I gotten them, and I want to give them to you guys as sound advice so that you guys can take this journey to just a better future for yourself. So let's hang out today. Don't forget to grab your snack, grab a drink, and grab a notepad because I have some really good tips for you guys that will hopefully help you further your path. And it's gonna be tough, it's gonna be real. I'm gonna give you guys the business, okay? Like, I'm not playing around, and I'm gonna hopefully be able to just help you guys do a lot of realization and maybe just practicing good, healthy habits. Do not forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe down below, and let me know if you guys like these types of videos so that I can make more of them for you. I think I'm a pretty good teacher in this sense because when it comes to motivation and helping others, I always give the advice that I wish I heard. So hopefully this helps you guys out and we can just kind of sit down and chat together. All right, let's get into the video. I have everything actually written down on my phones. This is gonna be probably a long, just like very uncensored video because I really wanna get everything out there that I wanna tell you guys. So the first thing that I did to really help further my career and to get it from being stagnant and just not moving to actually getting the ball rolling is I stopped feeling sorry for myself and I stopped playing the victim. I know we all could probably go through this every once in a while where we feel like things are just not happening for us the way we think we deserve them to. And I know for me, I was in a very weird space with my YouTube career for years. And I always felt like I deserved more subscribers and more recognition when in reality, I probably didn't. I wasn't making quality content all the time. I wasn't evolving. I wasn't changing. I wasn't doing anything trendy, and I wasn't listening to myself. I know for me personally that I need a kick in the ass. I need somebody to tell me, girl, stop complaining, stop bitching. You are honestly needing to just be more patient, and you need to stop focusing on all the negative things. Playing the victim when choosing a career path that is essentially ran by yourself is a very dumb thing to do. Real bosses have winnings and they have failures, and you need to be able to accept both of them. And I know for me, I hated failing. I'm a perfectionist in some ways where I feel like I just want everything to be strategically done the way that I want it done, and it just doesn't work that way. So I think that when I stopped playing the victim and I said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna bust my ass, I'm gonna work hard, I'm gonna try my best to do the best that I can, always be better. Every time I did a video, I would write up different video ideas, and I would always try to make each video idea better than the last one because I wanted to grow and evolve and change and just get better. Number 2 is a pretty obvious answer in that it was just that working was the only way I was gonna get myself to where I wanted to be. A lot of you guys have actually commented in my previous video saying that you really want to grow on YouTube and you haven't seen the numbers going up and you just want everything to just start getting better for you. So I'm not gonna lie guys, I did a little sneaking and I went through each of your channels to see like what have you guys been posting so that I can give you guys advice. Something that I noticed is you guys are not posting enough and you guys are not posting trendy content. I think that that's the tough love I probably needed to hear. I was making a lot of makeup tutorials that I was not passionate about doing. I wasn't good at, I didn't have good lighting, I wasn't trying super hard, and I just thought that numbers were gonna start rolling in, and it's like, that's not how it works. It's just not. Like, you have to be more self-aware. It always comes down to being self-aware. And I definitely think that you shouldn't compare yourself to others because comparison is the thief of joy, but I do think that if you kind of get like a consensus of how YouTubers are kind of designed and meant to have their videos being filmed, then maybe it will make you better at the way you're supposed to do it. Bottom line, hard work pays off. Stop talking about how you want to grow and you want to do better, but you're posting once every 3 weeks. It's not going to work. You're not going to grow. Yeah, there are YouTubers that post once every 3 weeks, but they're already big and they already have built a following, and you are still building yours. So you need to make sure that you do that. And what I will say is that this kind of applies to everything, not just YouTube. Like, you need to put your hard work into anything you do. If you want to be someone who like writes letters or hand writes wedding invitations, you're going to have to practice making cursive writing and doing it every day and making your writing more perfect. So hard work pays off in all areas of work, especially entrepreneurial work. And the more that you try, the more that you'll see good results. Okay, so I know a lot of you guys can probably resonate with this one, and it's essentially to stop waiting for the right time to start your venture or your YouTube channel. I know for me, I did this. I waited until I graduated high school to start YouTube. There were many different factors that played into it, like I wanted to make sure I had a camera and a computer and things like that, and I didn't actually have the resources to do any of those things when I was in high school, and I wasn't super focused. But what I will say is, I know a lot of people say, I'm gonna start a YouTube channel in 3 months or in 2 weeks, and it's ridiculous. And a lot of people like want people to subscribe to their channels before they even put a video up. I don't get that. Like, I've seen a lot of people that I know personally that started YouTube channels, but they told people to subscribe to their channel and then they never put up a video, and they just said like, oh, video's coming soon. The video isn't coming. It never came, okay? And it's very weird. I think that you need to not start when you think you should start. Starting now is the only way you're gonna get to a further point in your life. You don't have to make sure everything's perfect right in the beginning, because no YouTube channel is perfect in the beginning. Hell, my YouTube channel isn't even perfect now, and I've been doing it for a long time. So you have to really just start when you know that this is what you want to do. You do not need a camera, you do not need a computer. And I know that that's hard to hear because I have one, but I want you guys to know that like I have actually watched a lot of YouTubers who film on their phones, who edit on their phones, and their editing and like just the way their videos are filmed looks better than my professional setup. So I promise you, it's all about how you look at things, and it's also about your level of perfectionism. Like, I'm not as detailed as some people are, so it really doesn't matter. If you're a detailed person, you care about your job, you're passionate about it, you are going to execute it perfectly, I promise. It doesn't have to be waiting until you can afford a $5,000 camera. Like, do not wait for that. That's ridiculous. Okay, this is a very big one, and it's to invest a lot of your money into this venture. And what I mean by this is, before I started being self-aware and I was on YouTube, every check that I got from YouTube, I would spend on like miscellaneous stuff like food, clothes, and things that I wasn't recycling back into content. When I grew last year, the one thing that I did was every time I got a check from YouTube, I would spend like majority of my check on things that I was gonna talk about in YouTube. For instance, you guys know I became a self-care YouTube channel last year, so I would invest like $900 of like my $2,000 check back into self-care. And it might sound a little crazy to some people, and I am kind of wild and I live on the edge when it comes to money, because I just believe that if I set my mind to something, that I can always get it back, you know, power of manifestation. And I always would recycle my video money back into self-care. I would try out the product and then I would talk about them. And it was really nice because I ended up making back the money times however much. Like, let's just say I spent $900 on self-care products. I was able to use them in several videos and make back that money times like 10. So it honestly all depends on how you choose to invest in your career. If you're an artist, get an easel, get some canvases, get some paint, and start practicing. You need to invest your money into this craft, or else it's just going to kind of fall flat. And it almost seems as if like you don't believe that it is worth your hard-earned money. It always is. And I know that there are times where you're not making as much money, and I'm definitely talking to those who are struggling right now financially, but I know that everybody buys things here and there, and you have to just reinvest it into what you believe in, because it will come back to you, I promise, okay? Just make sure you make smart purchases and definitely use your money wisely. Like, if you are gonna be a self-care channel, buy something that you can use in multiple videos and talk about in multiple videos. Okay, so another thing that I want to stress to everyone is to never undersell yourself, or to what's the word called? Like, not dream big. I want everyone to dream big. A lot of the times people, especially older people, will tell you that you're crazy for wanting this, this, and this. And I think that that is very discouraging and wrong. Everything I've dreamt about, I have actually received. And I do believe it is the power of manifestation, the law of attraction. If you want something, you're gonna work towards it and you're gonna get it. I feel like I am my past self looking at my future self saying, I already know I'm going to receive these things. If I dream about having a house in California, I already have it. It's just not there in my possession yet. It's going to be, but it's just not there yet. If you start telling yourself that you deserve things, that you were meant to have things that you want, it is going to really work out for you. It's like a level of confidence that I think I really respect in others. I hate when people want you to feel sorry for them, or they always want and dream for things, but they never actually really push forward their dreams. I really think that if you push your dreams forward, that you will get majority of the things that you want a lot sooner than most people. Hardly ever do you hear a negative story about somebody who was go-getting, dreaming, and then their dreams just like came crashing down in front of them. It really never happens. Sometimes it does, but hardly ever. If you manifest something, you feel like you deserve something, and you want an apartment, a car, a dog, whatever it is, like I did, you're gonna get it. So never undersell yourself, never dream small, and always put your money where your mouth is and push it forward. You are never gonna receive these things if you don't try to receive them. So definitely do that. Okay, so another one is a big one, and I think it has to do with all of my gals and guys who procrastinate. And it's to give yourself a time frame of when you want something to be done by. I used to always say that I was gonna do something and then I would like prolong the experience. And this has a lot to do with also waiting for the right time to start YouTube. So this is kind of coinciding with that. But what I'm trying to say here is that if I have 7 videos written down in a notebook, I want them done by this date. Or if I have a goal that I wanna meet, I'll set a time of when I wanna meet this goal, because it makes you push yourself a little harder. So if I told myself in March that I wanna hit 100,000 subscribers by November and I'm at 50,000, that means from March to November, I need to bust my ass to get to that 100,000 by November. Now, if you do not reach that goal and you're busting your ass, don't be too hard on yourself about it. It's just not meant to be at that moment. Honestly, you are probably so much closer to that goal than you would have been if you weren't really trying to reach it. So definitely set timeframes for your goals, try to meet them the best you can, and obviously make goals that are achievable. Don't go like crazy, like I wanna hit 1 million subscribers in 3 days, because you're obviously not going to. But set achievable goals and try to get to them. It will honestly help you move things along a lot faster, and you're gonna feel like, wow, I did so much work and I actually am seeing progress. So it's definitely something that you guys should keep in mind. Okay, this one was actually really easy for me to do, but I can understand how this may not be easy for most. So I am going to say this. When you are trying to achieve a huge dream or goal or an entrepreneurial venture, you need to know your limitations with people. You cannot be out at a bar every single day drinking and expecting that your life is going to change in a few months. You need to pretty much dedicate 24/7 of your hours and time into your business, into your brand, into your channel, into your passion, whatever it is. Your passion means that you think about this the most and you do this the most. Not, oh, I'm really passionate about being an actress, but I never attend acting schools, I never read scripts, I never do anything to get there. That is not gonna get you any further. Talking about something and talking is not going to get you anywhere either. You have to actually be that person and emulate that person. So knowing your limitations with others and making sure your friends understand, hey, I am just trying to really achieve something here and I want to get to a goal, so I can't spend all of my time with you, that's really healthy. It was so easy for me to just put a pause on friendships for a while. Not saying I don't love my friends, and they know I do, and we're actually really close, especially now that I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. But I actually have a lot of friends as well who are like nursing students or finishing up school in some way, and I know that I have to leave them at a distance so that they can finish up their degree or get whatever they need to get done, because they cannot have distractions. Do not allow yourself to have distractions. Set limits with people and boundaries, and know that you need to put majority of your focus into this endeavor. So that is all of my personal advice that I think that I really followed to a T when I was doing my YouTube channel and when I was, I don't know, like trying to get better, and all of those things really helped me. But what I wanna do now is I wanna go through my Instagram questions, because I did ask you guys on there what you guys wanted to know about this topic in any capacity, whether it has to do with money, managers, or anything to do with YouTube and entrepreneurial ventures. And I'm gonna actually answer them right now. So just give me a second to find them, and we're gonna go through them. All right, so I'm just gonna go down, I'm gonna do like rapid fire, and I'm gonna answer them the best I can. So the first question is a degree worth the debt, or if you don't plan on being in law, medicine, or tech? So I really think that education is extremely important for a lot of people, but I do believe that it all depends on who you are. For me personally, I really do value education, but I didn't want to waste my time, my money, and my energy putting my entire life into something that I knew I wasn't going to reap the benefits of. I knew I wasn't gonna do anything educationally in my life. I wasn't going to have a job ever in my life that required education. And a lot of people say, well, what if YouTube ended tomorrow and you didn't have anything to do? Guys, I always have a backup plan. It's just that my backup plan does not require education. I was always somebody who enjoyed working for myself, enjoyed having a business, whether it's going to be eventually doing hair and makeup. I used to be a freelance hair and makeup artist. I also have a dental assisting degree, which isn't like a college degree, but it is from a vocational school, so it is something that I can fall back on. I have a lot of fallback plans, and I think that fallback plans can be kind of dangerous to care about, because you shouldn't be setting yourself up for your dreams to fail, because if you always think that you need a backup plan, then you probably are gonna end up using it because you never actually pushed forward for you to actually be what you had as your first initial plan. And I know that that could be hard for a lot of older people, or just people who have like old school values in education and things like that. But our generation, us millennials and Gen Zs, we have the world at our oyster. We are able to make money doing just about anything now. You can literally post an Instagram photo and make money. You can become a tattoo artist and make hundreds of thousands of dollars if you post it on Instagram all the time. Like, people are making a lot more money doing things that maybe weren't making a lot of money ever before. So I definitely think that if you find education to be important for you, then definitely do it, because there's a lot of jobs that education does work really well for and are necessary to have an education for and make good money. But if you feel like you want to be a passion entrepreneur type of person who doesn't need an education, then I would say, maybe you should reconsider. I want to be a chef, but I have a chance of becoming a doctor, which is a better pay. What to do? Again, what I just said, you have the world at your oyster. Why are you saying that you can make better money being a doctor? There's a lot of chefs that make more money than doctors. It all depends on how you let your passion drive you. If you want to be the best of the best, you should strive to be the best of the best for many reasons, because if you are like me and you want to do something, you want to do it right. So I don't think anybody's talking to Salt Bae about whether he should have been a doctor or not. You know what I mean? Like, I think that you should do what makes you happy. Happiness overpowers money in every way, in my opinion. And I'm sorry if you don't agree, but I do think that there's a lot of people who have a lot of money who are not happy in their lives and wish they were doing something else. So I definitely think you should pursue your passion, and the money will follow. It always does. How to make money as a teen. There's a lot of ways to make money as a teen. You can babysit, you can charge people for certain things, you can make an Etsy account, you can sell your clothes online, you can do so many different things. And also, I'm pretty sure teenagers can work. I worked when I was 14 up until I was 18 years old, and that's when I stopped having my going to job. And I loved working as a teenager, so you definitely can. But if your parents aren't allowing you to actually go out and work, there's other ways to hustle and make money. And if you guys want me to make a video about side hustles and how to make money in different ways, I can definitely do that for you. Starter pack products for becoming a YouTuber. So honestly, all you need is something that you can record on, whether it's a phone, a computer, a camera. Those are 3 things, and you're gonna need an editing software so you can edit your videos, whether that's Windows Movie Maker or iMovie or Final Cut or Adobe. It doesn't matter, you can edit on anything. I would suggest iMovie because you have it on your phone and you have it on an Apple computer, so that's easy for me. And I would also say just yourself, you as yourself, being original and being different and being out there and having something to show is something that is so important, and that is your starter pack. How to balance hard work and a personal life. So maybe this is like the driven personality in me, but I personally will always put hard work and like my job first when I am in my growing years. In your years, your most crucial years of growing and trying to build something for yourself, your passion and job should be number 1, okay? You're never gonna get to the top balancing all these things and putting them more first than your job. Once you get to a successful part of your life, you can balance things a lot more. Like I see my friends a lot more than I did last year because I have time and I'm more comfortable and I'm able to do those things. But I definitely think that if you push yourself and you really, really work, you're gonna see good results. And I think a lot of people don't want to admit that they don't want to work. And I think that you have to say to yourself, I want to work, even if I'm not really that good at it, I need to practice it because honestly, it's the only way you're gonna get to a good place in your career. Okay, so a lot of people are asking about managers and how to get them. So I don't know if I addressed this in the last video, but I wanted to address it now in more in depth. Managers are something that you get when you are a bigger YouTuber. When you have 45 subscribers or 200 subscribers, that is not what a manager will manage. They need you to have numbers, views, and engagement to be able to pitch you to jobs. They do not help you grow your channel. They do not put you on the map. That is not their job. I guess maybe in a way you might think that is because that's like what it is for music artists. But managers for YouTube, honestly, I know a lot of YouTubers that don't even have managers and they do just fine answering their own emails. You do not need a manager. Managers are for bigger, growing, prospering YouTubers, and having a manager is not gonna define you as a YouTuber. What helps you from straying off and keeping consistent? So for me, like, what keeps me consistent is knowing that I am not happy if I'm not doing YouTube videos. It's not about the money for me. It's not about, sponsorships and things like that, which I always take a sponsorship because I just feel so grateful that there are people who want me to talk about their products. But what I really enjoy the most about YouTube is it just keeps me sane. I need it as an outlet for just happiness. And I don't even need money from YouTube or anything to continue doing it. I love it so much. And even though it's my job, if it wasn't my job anymore and it was just a hobby, I would still do it and enjoy it every day. So this is a huge question, which I think is like, whatever, but I'm gonna answer it. So what about hypergamy? Is that how you pronounce it, or hypergamy? What about Alex's ambitions and what is his job? So a little background about my situation, and I hope that this will help a lot of other influencers out there or people who wanna become influencers who have a partner. When I first started YouTube, I quit my job and he supported us for like 3 years, and he obviously works like a regular person job, but he supported the both of us. He paid for my food, he paid for my clothes, my makeup, my hair, all those things that, I would have normally done on my own, he helped me with. When I became bigger on YouTube, I started making more money than him. Like, YouTubers make more money than like the average person. I personally think that this is a discussion you have to have with your partner and have to have with people in your life in general, that maybe they should reevaluate their position in life and their job. And thankfully, over the years, he has been so involved in behind the scenes of YouTube and knowing about cameras and editing and things like that, that he has found his own passion in this particular field, which is a little different than what I do, because he's more of a behind the scenes guy where he plays with the cameras and he knows about lighting and he knows about editing and he practices different things and he helps me a lot. So I definitely think that you should have this conversation, and everyone should, so that you can have a happy life, a happy relationship, and a happy future marriage, or if you're already in a marriage, happy marriage, because money should never be the factor of a relationship. It should just be an added bonus. So I'm lucky that he works, he pays bills and things like that. But hey, you know what? To reevaluate a position in life is always a really good thing, and I'm glad that we had that discussion. Okay, so I pretty much answered most of the questions that you guys had. If you guys have any more, let me know down below and I will answer them. I hope this video helps you guys get whatever you guys are trying to figure out what you want to do off the ground, because listen, like, waiting around is never a good thing. Like, you should just be doing it so that you can be further tomorrow than you were today. And I'm not like a motivational speaker or somebody that like is super good at giving advice, but what I can say is that I was there at one point where I felt like the world was crashing in on me. I wasn't achieving anything, and I definitely needed some tough love and some real advice to get me to the place where I am today and the future self that I will eventually be. So I hope that this helped any of you guys out and that it kind of furthers your financial journey and helping you move out of your home, because I know for me that this is exactly what helped me move out, and I hope that you guys can say the same in a few months. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah. Bye guys.